Hey guys, so I just wanted to make a video about nutrition facts. So a lot of the times, many people are really confused about the nutrition facts on foods. So I'm just gonna go ahead and break it down easy so that you can understand what you're consuming and why it's important to know what is on the nutrition fact. So just very basic science, you need all three macronutrients. Macronutrients consist of proteins, carbs, and fats, okay? These are the macronutrients that your body needs in order to survive, okay? So proteins are for building muscle, keeping you nice and strong. Fats are really good for the brain, joint cushioning, and then also hormone regulation. So if you're somebody that has hormone regulation and you've cut out fats, that could be a reason you're having a really weird time because fats are actually really important. And then also carbs. So carbs get a bad rep, but they're actually really great. Your brain really loves carbs, and it's a great way to get energy to your body. The biggest thing is just what kind of carbs to eat. So I'll go ahead and make a video. The link is gonna be here on this video here if you wanna watch how to eat complex, simple carbs and know the difference, then I'll be going over that in that video. But for now, we're just sticking to the nutrition facts. So, every time you turn a food package, whatever it is around besides vegetables and fruits, sometimes they'll have nutrition facts on there, which is great, but most of the time because they are produce, they don't normally have nutrition facts. But if you do have something in a package, you'll more than likely have nutrition facts on the back. So what we're gonna be looking for are, the first thing that you're looking at is calories. So usually that's big and bolded so that you know how many calories you're consuming based off the serving size. So I'm gonna say that again. This is the amount of calories on the nutrition facts that you are going to be consuming based off the serving size, okay? The serving size is usually listed right above the calories. So for instance, if I were to eat 2 tablespoons of chia seeds, I'd be consuming 150 calories, okay? So it's really important to go ahead and look at the serving size when you are buying food or if you're about to eat food, okay? A lot of the times people overconsume food without even realizing that these nutrition facts have a serving size there for you. So if you begin to eat 4 tablespoons of chia seeds, you're just doubling the amount of calories you're eating. Or if you just eat a surplus and don't even know how much you ate, you could be eating more calories than what your body needs, okay? So this is why it's important to go ahead and look at these nutrition facts. They aren't just there just to be printed on food, okay? So always be mindful. The serving size is going to tell you the amount of calories you're consuming, okay? Once you go down a little further, there's gonna be total fat. Total fat is another big, bolded, highlighted food group. This is really important as well, okay? So we'll go over the differences in fats in another video, and I'm posting that here, so that you know the differences and what to look for in fats, what are good fats, bad fats, etc. Okay, but again, sticking to the facts, there's gonna be total fat. So it's gonna tell you how many grams of fats are in this food group, okay, per the serving size, okay? So if I'm going back to the serving size and I consume 2 tablespoons, I'm going to get 10 grams of fat, okay? So that's just for you to know. So for example, if you have your macronutrients calculated, all you would need to do from your total macronutrients, you would just have to subtract the 10 fat grams from your total grams of fat that you can consume in a day, okay? If you don't have your macronutrients calculated, that's okay because you can at least have an idea of how many grams of fat you're eating in a day. So what you can do is write this down, add up your total at the end of the day if you want to kind of keep track of the food you eat, and then see how many grams of fat you're eating. You can also do this with your carbs and proteins and see what the ratio is, okay? Pretty much fats, you only want 20 to 30% of your daily intake to be fat. So if you were to write the numbers down and add them, tally them up, and sum them up at the end of the day, you'd kind of get an idea of what macronutrient you're eating more of, okay? So that's just something if you don't have your macronutrients calculated. But if you do, you can just easily subtract this number of grams from the total amount of macronutrients that you have, okay? So going down further, so usually fats, so before we go down further, usually fats have subgroups. So sometimes you'll see saturated fat, trans fat, polyunsaturated fat, and monounsaturated fat, depending on the nutrition fact. Not all nutrition facts have that breakdown because some of the foods don't have those fats. Okay, so it's really important to know that fats can be broken down into subgroups, okay? And again, we'll go over these subgroups in a different video. So once you go down further, of course, you're gonna have cholesterol and sodium, which is something that is normally looked at. But the main one that we're gonna be looking at next is total carbohydrates, okay? So again, the carbs are for energy, they help with brain function, and they just keep you going throughout the day. Again, we'll go over carbs, what's a simple carb, what's a complex carb, what carbs to eat more of and to avoid. There are no bad carbs, so all carbs are good, just eating the right amount is good for you. So again, if I were to eat the serving size of 2 tablespoons, I'd be getting 10 grams of carbs with these chia seeds, okay? So each time you look at a nutrition fact label, you can just look at fats, carbs, and then the next one is going to be protein, okay? So within the serving size, again, we're always going back to the serving size. The 2 tablespoons is going to give me 6 grams of protein. So again, if you've got those macronutrients calculated, all you're doing is subtracting these numbers from the total daily value you should be eating in a day. Again, if you want to make it kind of simple, if you don't have those macronutrients calculated, all you can do is just add up the things. If you have a nutrition label for the food you're eating, just kind of keep a mental note, okay, like this was 6 grams of protein, 10 grams of carbs, 10 grams of fats. First meal, you know, and etc. So you can do that just so that you have a mental count. But that is pretty much it. I just want to go back to carbs. So carbs are also broken down into dietary fiber, total sugar, and added sugar. And we'll just go into that once I go over complex and simple carbs, okay? But that's pretty much it. That's how you read a nutrition label. Again, the serving size is very important for you because it's not just there just as information. It's there for you to know this is how much calories, these are how many carbs, proteins, and fats you're getting within the serving size. So always be mindful if you are choosing to eat something, chips, whatever it is, be mindful of the serving size so that you're not over consuming. So if you like this video, go ahead and like, share, subscribe. I enjoy really helping people learn how to make better choices for themselves and not necessarily cut things out because I believe in eating in moderation and enjoying life. So if you really like this content, go ahead, like, subscribe, and save. And I'll keep shooting out more videos about information and foods and how to be confident in choosing your foods. So see you guys.